Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And will you still want it after you get it? Hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I think a lot of times we want things just because we don't have them. And in fact, there's, depending on how you define wanting, perhaps there's a requirement of not having. And at the same time, I think it's a great question to ask ourselves. Are we wanting something just because we don't have it? Or are we really, really wanting something, and once we get it, we're still going to want it? And I think those are fewer and further between, those things that we really, really want, and then when we get, we still really, really want, as opposed to a lot of things we just really, really think we want because we see somebody else having them, or we feel deprived of them. We think that's what people have, in the way of housing and relationships and clothing and all those things. And I mean, that's a place to start from, is seeing what else is out there, comparing, what you could have to what you do have, and figuring out what you want. However, I think it's really important to really get in touch with our true selves, and really what we really want, what we're still going to want once we have it. And of course, that's going to change a little through time. It's not like, that's the only thing you're ever going to want, or, what you get now, what you have now is all you're ever going to have. Of course not. It's an ongoing process. And you can want new things and decide you no longer want something. I just think it's a good internal check to see, do I really, really want this right now? And am I really going to still want it once I get it? And of course, you can't be sure till you get it. So, go ahead and choose, go ahead and try. You can always change your mind. And at the same time, it's worth a little pause sometimes to think, is this really what I want? What's my motivation for wanting it? Is it just to impress other people? Is it to compare myself to other people? Is it because I'm envious of other people? Or is it really in alignment with who I am and what I really, really want? I'd love to know, if you care to share in the comments, what do you really, really want right now that you're sure once you get, or at least you're pretty sure that once you get it, you're going to still want it for some period of time, significant period of time, whatever that is. It's all made up, so you can make that up for yourself. I am on my way home. I think I'm more than halfway home on a little short 3 or 4 hour drive here, and after a couple days of snowboarding up north, I'm pretty excited, and I have a lot of things I want, and I still want them. I savor the flavor of the things that I get, that I know I've wanted, and I try to take care of, better and better care of the things that I have, the things that I get, that I've worked for, that I wanted. And also sometimes I use them up. Sometimes I change my mind. Sometimes I evolve and decide I no longer want something that I used to want something new. That's all good. There's no right or wrong answer. I just think it's worth questioning ourselves why we want something. Do we really want it, or are we wanting it for some kind of superficial, are we wanting it due to what other people want, in which case it's kind of a losing proposition a lot of times, to spend a lot of time and energy getting something that you want. It's really just based on what somebody else wants or doesn't want, instead of what you truly want for yourself in your life, or who you truly want to be. All of those. I'd love to know what you think of that. If you want to let me know in the comments what you really, really want, or if you have any experiences to share about thinking you wanted something and then finding out after you got it that you didn't actually want it that much. You really just wanted it. You really just thought you wanted it because somebody else had it. I think that happens to us all pretty often. So if you care to share, I'd love to know. As always, there are lots of ways to connect to me and support me, and many of those ways are linked to in the description below. As always, I wish you peace, prosperity, positivity, and playfulness.